yeah, earlier we have the exams before we move on to maybe chapter 2 of Q2. But we are going to start chapter 1 and chapter 9 today. All right, so far, is there a question under A1 particular topic that you wish that's not say I go over it, but then like any explanation, further explanation, or maybe additions that you wish to add? Maybe you found a simple method of learning a particular topic that works for you, so you like to share with the others. And yes, I'm starting my revision. So yeah, so under this chapter, I can't annotate. So, I can't annotate. Like I can't use the green cursor. Just a tibia. But it's easier. Like it's easier for you guys to follow when I'm able to annotate on the screen. But the cursor, I don't know. It's fake. It's fake. Okay, so grammatic. Under this chapter, we learned a couple of verbs. Okay, then these verbs were the participle of sein and haben. Okay, so we started with the sein, and we said if you want to form the participle zwei, we call it participle zwei. Okay, or the present perfect in English. That's when you use in English you use have plus the participle. We form the past tense by using have. Always in English we use have eaten, have come, have danced, have, yeah, we use have. But in German, we use sein and haben to form the participle of verbs. Okay, with the past tense, we just use the verb in the past tense. That's when we add our te to the normal verb endings, like the regular verbs. Okay, then for the irregular ones, we have to learn them by heart. Yes, some are so irregular that even sometimes some verbs have regular conjugations in the present tense, like in the infinitive, but then their past tense is totally different. Okay, so those ones you have to learn the past tense by heart. Okay, yeah, but yeah, so like I said, in German, to form the participle, we use have and sein, and we use have for normal verbs, not necessarily normal, but then most of the verbs we use have. We use haben for the haben plus the participle zwei for of the verb that involves movement or change of states. Example, even someone dying, we use sein. So if someone is dead, you say jemand ist gestorben. We don't say have gestorben because the person have, like in English, you say the person have died, but in German, because it's a change of state, we use is. If someone is born, you say jemand ist geboren. We won't say someone have born, because if I say I have born, then like it means I have born, like I have given birth to someone. But if you want to say someone has, like, will be someone giving birth to someone, then we use is geboren. Okay, change of state. Someone has come into life, someone is gone. So like change of state and movement, we use sein. All right. So the participle of these movement verbs, we learned a couple. We learned fahren, we learned kommen, fliegen, schwimmen. Okay. Yeah, schwimmen, and I stated that schwimmen, unless the location is added, like maybe where you swam, that's when you use bin. But if you want to say, maybe if someone asks you, like you're already at the location and someone asks you, oh, have you swum in the yeah, ich habe geschwommen. Haben is the richtige. But then if you want to indicate that you swim in the sea, because you are no more in the sea, but then you are out of it, we consider it as a change of location. Okay, so you are no more there. So when you want to say I have swum, then use bin. Okay, ich bin geschwommen, use sein. Okay, but then if you are already, like, you are not at the place anymore, like you are at the place, or I don't know, but if you are asked without using the place that you swam in, have you swum? Maybe have you swum? Yeah, then ich habe geschwommen. Okay, yeah. Then we have plenty out there. So we have fahren, kommen, fliegen, schwimmen, was noch? Es gibt viele. Reisen, to journey or to travel. We don't say ich habe gereist, you say ich bin gereist. I traveled from Ghana to, ich bin von Ghana nach Deutschland gereist. Okay, yeah, that's how we use them. Then we learned a new modal verb called sollen, and we use sollen normally to suggest something. Okay, or maybe either you are suggesting something to yourself, you're not very sure of the thing, and maybe I should eat in the evening. Okay, like someone is also recommending that, oh, maybe you use sollen, just like we use should in English. Okay, so the conjugation for sollen, like I said, is the only modal verb that has like moisture, but then moisture is not really considered a modal verb, but it's used just like a modal verb. Okay, so it's the only verb that have a regular conjugation throughout. Okay, yeah, but with modal verbs, with the conjugations, always the first person singular and the third person singular, they are the same. So it can do, it can, he, she, it can. I should, he, she, it, soll. Okay, soll. Möchte, ich möchte, he, she, it will also be what möchte, but the rest will change. Okay, yeah. So sollen is soll, sollst, soll, sollen, sollst, and sollen. Yeah. Then we learned a couple of dative verbs. The two main dative verbs we learned in this chapter is gefallen and gehören. Okay. So gefallen is when something pleases you. So it pleases me or I like it. Okay. Yeah. So it's dative to me. Okay. I find it to be what, like saying ich finde es gut. Das gefällt mir. Okay, if you find something to be good, ich finde it was good, or maybe ich finde meine Arbeit gut. You can also say what meine Arbeit gefällt mir. Okay, it pleases me. It's dative. Ushia gefallen. Whoever the thing pleases must be what in the dative pronoun, unless it's a name. Because in a name you can't add the dative and then to that name. So maybe if I want to say Karen's job, like Karen likes her job, or Karen's job pleases her, maybe the Karen's Arbeit, what are the Arbeit gefällt Karen. Okay, yeah, Name is just simple. But then if you want to say my man, then meine the Arbeit gefällt meinem Mann. Okay, like my husband likes the work. Yeah, that's how we use. And gehören. Gehören is also to say something belongs to me. It's also dative. So if I want to say the bag belongs to me, usually what the Tasche gehört mir, because you can even note it's in the English translation to me. So dative. We won't bring the to me. Okay. If the thing belongs to a human being, or belongs to someone, we automatically send the thing to that without using the to. Okay, and then I gave a bonus tip that we also have we have cases that you have to use the gehören plus to. That's when you want to indicate that something is part of something, like that it makes it whole. Okay, then that's when you use the to. Okay, so I can, an example is my arm is part of my body, or my arm belongs to my body. Then I can say that mein Arm gehört zu meinem Körper. Okay, my hand belongs to my body. Okay, if you want to say that the charger belongs to the phone, then das Kabel gehört zu dem Handy. Okay, that's when something is part of something. But if you want to say something belongs to someone, then we use the gehören without what to, but automatically we send them now to what dative. So das Auto gehört meinem Vater. Okay, klar. Dann, okay, we have here schmecken. Okay, schmecken wasn't in the chapter. I didn't say schmecken, but then they've given it here. But schmecken means to taste. Okay. For me, I don't consider schmecken as dative, but then if you want to indicate the person, the taste, like normally in English, schmecken means to taste. Okay, schmecken means to taste, but in German, we use it differently, because maybe we want to say I want to taste the food. It's veiled as Essen schmecken. There's no dative case in this sentence. It's veiled as Essen schmecken, or ich möchte das Essen schmecken. I would like to what, taste the food. But then if you want to say the food tastes good to me, they won't bring the good. They'll just say das Essen schmeckt mir. Yeah, they bring it. Yeah, sometimes they bring, sometimes you know. But das Essen schmeckt mir gut. But they'll just say das Essen schmeckt mir. Oh, das schmeckt mir. Okay, they won't bring the good, but then like generally you should just you bring your good because it tastes good to me. That's when you have to use schmecken as dative. The person who the taste like that like the taste pleases him or her, then use that maybe das Essen schmeckt mir. Maybe der Kuchen schmeckt mir gut. Okay, the cake tastes good to me. Okay, yeah. That's when you use the schmecken. But then if you want to say, oh, I want to taste it, maybe I taste it, then there's no dative. But then if you want to say it tastes good to you, then use the person, use the person in dative. All right. So we learned about nomen. Okay, nomen. So we already know our nouns, the masculine, the genders, and the cases are nominative, accusative, and dative. But then we have frage article, which is welche. Okay, so we use it as what, a definite article. All these articles. So the first one is frage article. Frage means question article. So sometimes here is das handy. I am sure of this phone. Okay, it's das handy. But then if you want to say which phone, then it's the one welches handy. We use it as what? Der, die, das. So the das handy, now I don't know, this is das handy, this is the phone. But if I don't know, if I want to ask which phone, then we bring our S, the das, to what? Like it function just like what der, die, das. What welches handy. Okay. Yeah, that's what so it also changes under each state, under each case. So in nominative is what welches handy. In accusative it's also welches handy because accusative noita remains the same. Okay, but in dative it would what welchem handy, mit welchem handy. Maybe I want to say which what phone are you browsing? Maybe so mit welchem handy surfst du das internet, like are you surfing the internet with? Okay, so that's when you have to use it in dative. Okay, so with that masculine too, masculine is welcher man. If you want to say which man came here, welcher man ist hier gekommen. Okay, because if you say der Mann ist gekommen, the man came here, what der Mann ist gekommen. Okay, so I want to say which man came here, then what welcher man ist hier gekommen. So this is the nominative. And accusative, if I want to say which man do you see? I see. So I am the subject. You see, you are the subject. So although it started the sentence, it will be what in the accusative because the subject is the person who sees the thing. So I see a man. Okay, if someone is asking me, who do you see? Like which man do you see? What welchen man siehst du? Because du are the subject. The sehen is what the verb. Then the object is the man you are seeing. So which man will be what welchen man siehst du? Although it's starting the sentence, it's not the subject unless there is no other object. Like there's no other subject or a noun in the sentence. Like which man is coming? The welcher man kommt. But then if there's another but now which is directly performing the action, I see the man. Which man do you see? Then the object, the man that I see, which man do I see will be what the accusative. Okay. Then in dative, if someone is asking me with which maybe with which man or that depending when the dative preposition is used, then what mit welchem man ist zu a party gekommen? It's sie. So with which man did he come to the party with? Okay, then mit welchem man. So you can start questions with even what prepositions. So mit welchem man. So with which man So what the mit will come before what the welche. Okay, so mit welche man ist sie zur Party mitgekommen oder gekommen, simple.
Okay.
All right, um, so that's the Frage article. So it shows just like what a definite article really does. Then we have the demonstrative article. Okay, they demonstrate, and this is this. This is bestimmt article, just like the DAD does. So if you want to say this phone belongs to me, but das Handy gehört mir. So you want to say this phone belongs to me, but this is handy. Okay, that's handy. This is handy. Okay, just like that. This man, I see this man. Diesen Mann sehe ich. Diesen Mann sehe ich. I am seeing the man. But if the man is seeing me, then what? Dieser Mann sieht mich. So it depends on who is acting in the sentence, like who is performing the object, who is performing the action. Okay. Yeah, so it's very important. So you need to pay attention to how the question is used, and you don't have to think too much. It's the same translation in English. Whoever is performing the action, whether the person with the this demonstrative article, the person with the Frage article is performing the action, then they are the subject. If they are not the subject and someone else is performing the action, then they will be what? The object, regardless of whichever place they are in the sentence. You just have to know that. Okay. Then was noch? Ja, diese Straße, yeah. So they also change under what each cases. Okay. All right. Then we learned from the beginning, before we even started our course, we knew about what personal pronomen. And in nominative is the ich, du, ihr, sie, es, wir. Then under accusative is the mich, dich. Ihr will be what? In. Z will be what? Accusative remains Z. All the Z remains in accusative. All the Z's are what? Z. Okay. Then you what? The S is S. Okay. In accusative, S is S. Then wir is what? Uns. You guys is what? Euch. Then ZZ is what? Z. Okay. Then in dative, mich will change to me. Ich will change to mir. Der. Ihr will change to im. Z will change to ear. Then S will change to im. S is im. Okay, S is im. Yeah. If you want to say I give the phone to the baby, what is I give the phone to it? Ich gebe ihm das Handy. Okay, the S here, the im here is for the baby. S, but in dative pronoun is what im. Okay. Then yeah, then wir remains uns in both accusative and dative. Yeah, then ear is ear will be what? Euch in both accusative and dative. Then sie is ihnen. Okay, sie is ihnen. Then prepositions. We learned about when you want to indicate time, like a point in time, where if you say something happened 2 days ago, anything that involves like you express yourself in English, ago means that thing is past. So we use for. Then in dative case, we want to say 2 minutes ago will be what? Vor 2 Minuten. 10 hours ago will be what? Vor 10 Stunden. 4 days ago will be 4 days ago.
For 4 Tagen.
For 4 Tagen. Tagen, dative pronoun. Hey, dative, the plural takes what? N endings. Okay, for 4 Tagen. Done? Yeah. So 2 weeks ago will be what? Vor 2 Wochen. Because the plural is still the same, the Wochen. Is the vocal for singular, then the vocal. So the N here is not as a result of the dative noun undergoing declension, but basically because it already comes with its own N. But always bear in mind that if a dative pronoun, if the noun in the dative case has no N, then you have to add N to the dative noun. Okay, yeah. So it's the months. Okay, so if you want to say 1 month ago, it'd be what? Four einem months. Four einem months. 1 month ago. But if you want to say 2 months ago, then we had four zwei Monaten. The N here is not because it's not the plural. It's on the plural is the monate. The singular is the monate. So because the plural has no n, then we add what n to it. The plural for months. Oh brother, I'm tired already. Ich will schlafen. Yeah, I want to I'm with your phone say like I'm feeling it already. All right, so we're making fighter. Yeah. Then if you want to say something started time ago and it's still happening, then we use zeit. In English is equal to what? Since. So we want to say he has been coming here since maybe like for the past, even in English, he has been coming here for the past 10 days, means it's still continuous. So it's still continuous, like it's still happening. So even yeah, so since then good tense, whether you got how you want to form the sentence, whether he has been coming here for the past 10 days, it means the action is still going on, or he has been coming here since 10 days. But that's even English since 10 days, yeah. Maybe since then, you know, make a tense like the Joe and oh Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to indicate that something is still happening, they will use the site. But then, mind you, in English, if I say that, I will say, can I? You can't say he comes here for the past 10 days. That's wrong. So in English, when you are using since, you send it to what past tense. You say he has been coming here, present continuous. Okay, that's present continuous. He has been coming here, but then the been is the past for sein. Okay, like the been is past. He has been, because to be is to be, but the to be, like I have been, means what? Past. Okay, so in English you use it in the past, but in German, once you use zeit, you use it in the present, because the zeit already indicates that the thing is going. So I want to say, for example, if you want to say, I've been living in Germany for 5 years. You won't say, ich habe seit 5 Jahren in Deutschland gewohnt. That is grammatically correct, but then, like, it's we don't accept German don't like grammatically is like the sentence is correct, but when if you use seit, we don't use it in the past like in it. Maybe say, ich lebe seit 5 Jahren in Deutschland. And when you won't say you don't use it in the past. Use it because it's still happening. German sees it as it's still happening. So just use it in the present. The zeit will indicate the time. Don't worry. The time we get to know the time that the thing started. That's the most important thing to us. But don't end it. Don't use the past tense. Because when we immediately use the past tense, it's assumed that you are no more living there. So whenever you use zeit, we use it in the present continuous, like the present tense. Okay. So he has been coming here for the past 10 days. What? Seit 10 Tagen kommt er hier. Okay. He's still coming here. We use seit in the present. But like I said, if you say seit 10 Tagen ist er hierher gekommen, that's grammatically there. It's a sentence, 100% is correct, but then it's not accepted. When you use seit, use it in the present tense. Super. Then we have an one. Yeah, we learned a couple of accusative pronouns. An example is one. One means without. Okay. If you meet one in the toilet, you meet one in the bathroom, you meet one on your way to the canteen, whichever place you meet one, it's just like few. Accusative. Another example, another accusative pronoun is what? Gegen. Gen is against. Gegen means against. It's also what? An accusative pronoun. Basnok. Yeah. But like the previous lessons, we use all of them. We use only to form about 20 examples or so. So like, please visit the part. Although I'm giving you a recap, please revisit the course, the chapter 8. If you are not very please visit it. Okay, whatever. I think the chapter 8 was actually packed, and um, we learned a lot of important stuff. Yeah. All right. So Vasnok, yeah, good. So when you say maybe he drove into a tree, you use German. You say he drove against a tree. So gegen, the tree is der Baum, so it will change to den Baum. Okay, yeah. So er ist gegen einen Baum gefahren. Okay, yeah. Then Redemittel. Yeah. So and if you want to indicate from, maybe we use the app when you say from Mondays to Fridays, from Montags Freitags, from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. what from 10 Uhr bis 2 Uhr. Okay, yeah. But then if you want to indicate, like normally it's very common with dates. Okay, you see they use app, like I said, the app basically means from. Okay, if you want to see something that's happening, maybe the registry, we are opening the registration from Monday. Okay, we won't say a Montag. When you say we are opening maybe the registration, or maybe the deadline, and I want the registration is open from Monday. Okay, then we use app Montag. Okay, a Montag. We won't say a Montag. The registration is open on the Monday. When we on the Monday we restrict ourselves. That means the registration is the registration window is only opened on Monday. But when you say we want to say from Monday, which means continuously, but the deadline hasn't been issued yet, then we use up. And the commonest one, we use up when we are indicating the time period, not as in time, but then date, maybe from the 15th of July to maybe 12th of, then we use the up 15 10 15 yeah, base. Then so we can use up and base. Okay, yeah, done. Ich glaube, das ist alles. Rede Mittel. So über Vorliebensprechen, to talk about what pleases you. Then we learned about gefallen. The verb is in unconjugated form, is gefallen, but then it's irregular. So it's gefallen, du gefällst, ihr sie es gefällt. Okay, dann gefallen, gefällt, ihr amputiert, gefällt, then sie oder sie gefallen. Then it's like I said, it's dative. Then über Medienkonsum sprechen. Okay, like how often, how much you do things. So maybe wie oft, yeah, wie oft liest du, lesen Sie. Then we learned about the what was the structure? Wie, wann, wo. Ja, ich glaube, ja. When or was it? Yeah. So it's was, wann, like was wann, wo. Okay. So we said when you are forming sentence that contains was, wann, and wo, about what after maybe I eat rice. Okay. Then the time will come. When do you eat the rice? My internet is breaking, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Yeah.
Baru.
Think it's better now. Warum, the side, the downside of German, they are so focused on papers that they are way behind technology. They are 10,000 years behind Ghana.
Mm.
But in the big cities, the network is always super. Here is, I would say, like it's still better than Ghana. Pacho. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that
But it's
sometimes,
only
like,
when it
because
rains, oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's reliable, okay, but just that it's happening sometimes, okay. And I believe that because it's like if I was using a personal Wi-Fi, then here it's a shared Wi-Fi. Here the others in there, like the others The other Mitbewohner, they are like we all share the same Wi-Fi. So definitely, if it's loaded, then it will slow down. Probably someone is doing some downloading or something. I don't know. Yeah. Aside that's that. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's just because it's a shared Wi-Fi, but still like to come. Sometimes you will just wonder actually. The is it the second, no, the third country with the highest GDP? Nah, the internet, but like 5G is out. The 5G is common in the big cities. Okay, Stuttgart, Berlin, yeah, but in the small cities like where I am, like we only use 4G. Okay, not even 4.5 or 4G. Okay, so they say they are laying pipes. So until they bedroom, I don't know. Yeah, so we are managing. Then yeah. So the VAS van vo. So your VAS, the thing that you do or you use, yeah. So maybe it's lazy Zeitung, okay. Then van will come. When do you? How often? That is the van. Maybe it's lazy Zeitung in the morning, or that I'm not metal or that I'm Abend, okay. Then the vo where you read it. Then it's lazy Zeitung am Nachmittag, maybe auf dem sofa, okay, on the sofa, okay. But like I said, if you use this format, it's difficult. Like, it's not difficult. Like then, if you're fluent in German, it's not difficult. But then, if you have to think too much, just bring either the van or the vo. Start the sentence with the van or the vo, so that your sentence, like, it will be easier to focus on like what you want to say. So maybe auf dem Sofa, lese east side to am Abend. Simple. Nothing about training whether the van and the full, but then the van time is very important to German. So even sometimes the van comes before the subject. Wie often, maybe it's let's say oft Bücher. So the van has come before what? The direct objects. Time is very important to them. Okay. Ich lese oft Bücher, ich lese am Morgen, but ich lese am Abend Bücher auf dem Sofa. That's the commonest one. Okay, the time coming before the direct object, except when the direct object is what is a pronoun, then what it will come before the time. But then if you still say ich lese Zeitung am Morgen auf dem Sofa, it's still considered right. That's why I say just bring your sentence, start the sentence with either the fun or the full. All right, then. Was noch? It was beschreiben. Yeah. So we learned about colors. We learned about we learned a lot of adjectives. Okay. Man schreibt, spielt mit ihm. Yeah. Du kannst ihn. Yeah. Yeah. Like how to describe it. Maybe you can wear it. You can wear it during the winter. You can jog with it. Okay. Yeah. So without it, you cannot travel. Only without my suitcase, I cannot travel. That's where we learn to use the what only meinen Koffer kann ich nicht reisen. Okay, ja. Dann nützliche Sätze bist du, sind sie schon gefahren? Ja. Yeah, using schon. Yeah, then we learned that schon means already. Okay, but in German, if you've if you have been studying on your own, because I know that we haven't used it, we've used it, but then like there's a little bit of nuance. Which other already do you know in German? There are two main already in German.
All right.
Hmm? Okay, what is it? I am already here. I am already here. What can you say? Hmm?
Ich bin schon hier.
Oder
Ich, ich bin jetzt gerade hier.
oh yeah.
Ja,
uh,
oder ich bin jetzt gerade hier. Ja.
I'm coming.
May you know my headache.
Oh no 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 no. I think the bench press, my muscle. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have bright. I don't know if you've heard it, bright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
bright. So bright and shown, but there's a nuance between between the usage. The writers went like they both mean already, okay, but shown sometimes like you want to indicate that maybe something happened earlier than expected or like earlier than another thing, okay. Then the bright is more like something is ready, like something is already in action. Okay, maybe yeah, just we
Okay.
use them. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the market writer, there's a live camera. Okay. Convert your phone and record it. Man, mintimini share. So not fragging. So how to use Zool? Okay, to ask after something. Maybe should I fill the formula? Should I fill the form? By form in German is that's formula. So you know, so like we use Zool to ask something. Like I said, Zool is maybe you're not sure of something. So maybe should I come? Zool ich kommen? Should I fill the Zool ich das Formular ausfüllen?
Feeling. Yeah.
Genau. Should I dance? Soll ich tanzen? Should I come on Monday oder on Saturday? Soll ich entweder am Morgen oder am Dododo kommen? Ja, so. Das ist, then we learned about, plural nouns. Plural nouns. And the Tür is the Türen. Okay. Then, das Fahrrad ist die Fahrräder. Die Fahrräder. Then the car is das Auto ist
The auto.
die Autos. Die Autos.
Yeah.
Okay. Das Kind ist die Kinder. Okay. Yeah, please. The ones that you already know, try to know their plurals as well. Okay. That will help you. All right. So officially, I don't know if I should end the stream and start another one. I think let me end the stream. Not the stream, but I'm ending the video, the recording, and I'll start a new